If you find yourself being stuck in the weeds of admin work, things you hate doing, and you don't have enough time to focus on things that you love doing, if you've come to a point where things just don't feel fun or thrilling working inside of your business, or perhaps you feel like a robot on a day-to-day basis doing menial tasks, well then you have a problem here, and this is exactly what AI agents can do and solve for you inside your business, which is buy back your time. As an entrepreneur, obviously, your time is the most valuable asset. As a CEO of your company or whatever the heck you're doing, your time is the most valuable asset. Now with AI, in 2026, this is going to be the year of agents where you're going to start to see more and more tasks being completely automated and removed. Even Meta just announced that Mark Zuckerberg is trying to create an AI agent or some sort of system that can fully replace him as a CEO. So if these tech entrepreneurs are doing this inside of their massive multi-billion dollar, trillion-dollar organizations, then that is a clear signal for you as a business owner of, say, something small, something medium, something enterprise, or wherever the heck you are, that you have to apply AI agents. Whether or not you are new to this or you are someone who is quite on the grasp of everything happening in AI agents, if you are not applying AI agents inside of your business, you are going to be left behind, because if you don't do it, someone else is going to do it. Someone else is going to have more freed up time to reinvest into their business, to do more things that they enjoy doing, and overall have an increased quality of life. You're not going to have the anxiety of on the weekends coming into Monday that you have to do dreadful work, that you have to do all this stuff you hate doing, or perhaps that you have to worry about what your employees or team members are doing. All that stuff can be completely eliminated, so you never have to worry about again, thanks to AI agents. Now, this video is not going to be about like the anatomy of what an agent is, all the various different functions, everything under the hood. It's more so about how you can begin systemizing what you're currently doing to buy back your valuable time, and then how you can go about potentially implementing AI agents into your business to buy back some of that time, right? Because time is money. The very first thing that we want to do is to audit your time. As simple and ridiculous as that sounds, a simple spreadsheet works. All you have to do is get out a spreadsheet, and over the course of 7 days, what you're going to do is you're going to audit your time in 30-minute intervals. This is an incredibly powerful tool. You can do this every quarter, every couple months. You don't have to do this every single week because it is kind of draining just to do it, but it's nonetheless something good to have done at least once a year or every quarter if you value your time. Because this gives you a simple audit of where's all your attention going, because wherever all your attention is going, that clearly means either there's a broken system there, or it means you love and you enjoy putting your time into that. But clearly, if you're putting your time into tasks that are worthless or that just drain you and you hate doing, well, then that is exactly what we can potentially implement into your business that can have an AI do it instead, versus say worrying about someone else doing a not a perfect job or a terrible job, or maybe you're overpaying someone to do it. An AI agent can have that completely taken care of, whether or not you have someone fulfilling the system or not. So the first step is get out a simple spreadsheet. It could be a simple Google Doc. You can spin up something like Claude Code or Claude Desktop. Just give it a simple prompt. It'll create you a spreadsheet where on a 30-minute increment throughout the day for 7 days, what you can do is you can have a timer on a daily basis going off for every 30 minutes. And then what you have to do is just check in, you can write a simple line of what you're doing. It'd just be a matter of just 2, 3, 4 words. Like, what are you doing right now? Are you eating lunch? Are you eating breakfast? Are you on the phone somewhere? Are you driving somewhere? Are you talking to someone? Are you having a meeting? Whatever it is, you want to write down literally everything, whatever it is. You're in the shower, you're cooking, doesn't matter what it is, write it all down. And you want to do this every single day to the best of your ability. And if you don't have time throughout the day to do this, try to do it every few hours, or just at least come check in so you can at least have that log there. Because once we have the log, something is measurable and is clearly there in a historical log where we can revise it, enhance it, or do something about it. If we're not doing something about this, well, then how the heck are you supposed to know where your time is going? And even when I did this for myself, I didn't know a lot of the areas of where my time is going. One thing recently I did was I completely removed social media from my life. No more Instagram for me, or just doom scrolling. I use a little bit of X, but nonetheless, I barely use any of these platforms, and it just gives me enough time to produce more content and produce more things out into the world, to be more productive and not just be a consumer. So even though your check-ins on social media or like just doom scrolling can feel like it's just 10 minutes, they really add up fast. It could easily add up to say 1 hour, 2 hours a day of just scrolling mindlessly on TikTok or whatever the heck you're doing. So do this exercise first, do this over 7 days. Next thing what you want to do after the 7 days has passed is you want to review every single day. A day like a Sunday where you can have say 30 minutes to 45 minutes, maybe even an hour, where you just simply audit your time. You're going to audit your time, and next to everything that you do, you want to create another column inside of the spreadsheet where you rate every single task from 1 to 3. 1 being you absolutely hate this. It feels like you are chewing on nails or chewing on glass. And number 3 If, say, this is something you absolutely love doing, like if you just love fundraising, if you just love talking to people, or if you even love getting on sales calls with people and just talking with your prospects or clients, then label everything that you love doing, everything that you hate doing, and things that are in the middle that can be prioritized next after, say, you automate the things that you scored on a 1. But all the number ones, these are going to be all the number one first priorities in order to fully eliminate from your day-to-day basis, so you never have to pull your hair out ever again. Once you do this, the next step is to figure out what is repeatable. What do you feel as if you do this task or you do this job or whatever the heck you are doing, you feel as if there's a consistent loop of a system that you're doing. Like, okay, if you go into your computer, you pull all the information from all your ads managers and all your ad platforms. You do this on a day-to-day basis. It is extremely costly. It is very time consuming. You don't like doing it because maybe it's extremely manual. If you do this on a consistent basis, say every few days, every week, every month, this is something you can easily automate to an AI agent. So what you want to do is you want to find these repeatable tasks, whether or not you know there is a system or some sort of automation in place you can put into play, or if you just find yourself doing this, or if you even find your team doing this audit doesn't just necessarily apply to you as the founder or the CEO or whatever the heck you are doing. This also applies to people on your team that are doing consistent tasks, because maybe, hey, you can even empower them with an AI agent. And then what you can do is you can free up their time to go do more productive work. So first you want to do is you want to figure out what is a repeatable process that you do on a day-to-day, weekly basis. Once that is covered, what you want to do is you want to create an SOP, so a standard operating procedure of like, okay, from this task, this is what I have to do. Then you want to map out every single step. You want to make it as simple, stupid as possible in like a checklist format. You know that when it comes to actually building these crazy fighter jets in the military, from what I've read online, is they literally, like the mechanics, they just follow a simple checklist. They follow a simple checklist, so every single time they nail and build a fighter jet, like think about it, like a regular, ordinary person who becomes a mechanic for the US Army or whatever military they're working for, they build out fighter jets with checklists. So checklists are one of the most powerful tools you can use. I don't know, for some reason humans just love checklists. It's funny. But what you want to do is to map out the entire process, even make it into a checklist format, so then you know exactly what is considered done. So by the time your AI agent goes through every single point in the checklist, it can mark the task as done. This is also known as the definition of done for your task that you're automating or you're handing off to an AI agent. So the output is very consistent. And over time, even if you hand it off initially to the AI agent, over time, it'll get better because you'll find gaps or tweaks where you can optimize it or make it even increase its performance. But initially, you just want a simple, stupid checklist of what all the sequence of steps and things do you have to do in order to mark a thing as done. So if it requires you go into Google Drive, go into a specific folder, get the specific document, go to this specific email provider, open up this specific email, or use this specific domain, like everything that's in between, you want to write everything down. Another hack is if you're not really a fan of just writing and doing all this stuff, what you can literally do is just screen record doing the task on the computer or even a voice memo, and you want to speak out loud exactly what you're doing. So whether you are using a tool like Loom, another video recorder, maybe you're using the voice memo app on your phone, and what you want to do there is speak out loud, because once you speak out loud, you're generating a transcript in the background. If you use this transcript, all you can do is just literally copy the transcript, paste it to an AI, and then tell the AI, hey, I want you to create a very thorough checklist of everything I'm doing in order to complete this task. So as you are following through a sequence of steps or whatever you're doing to create a fully automatable system, you are creating a voice transcript. And this voice transcript is going to be a powerful asset that you can just hand off to an AI. This AI will literally just create a sequence of steps and things that you have to do in order to automate. And from there, boom, you can either prompt the AI to create the full entire automation, or you can create it yourself, you can hire a service or whatever. And then from there, you have a clear sequence of steps that you can use in order to automate everything that you're doing. This makes it even simpler if you say you don't like to write everything down yourself. Once you've got this covered, this is pretty much like the protocol of what you want to follow. The next thing is, from a general perspective, this is the protocol you want to follow. And when you're looking through your weekly, day-to-day basis, you want to figure out what can offer you the most immediately value back in terms of if you got this thing automated, it would increase the quality of your life, even if just by 1%, or could just buy back a bunch of time. So whatever it is, you want to start off with this one simple task. And then from there, as you put in systems in place, you want to go down the list and keep it and just work over it every single week, month, maybe you get someone to do this for you so you can have it completely outsourced and taken care of by someone else. But in the meantime, while this is rolling, you want to kind of look through everything else you have and then just create a priority list of these are all the things I want removed from my life so I can become more hands-off and just focus on things like family, maybe going on vacation or doing where the heck you want, other than all this draining work that doesn't give you a clear ROI. Now, there are two ways how you can get this implemented. So the first way is the most obvious. So you can either pay someone, you can get a service online. And by the way, if you're interested, you can book a call below and work with me and I can help you get this figured out. Otherwise, if you're finding a freelancer or someone else to do this for you, then what happens is you can tell them exactly what you did. They can build out the AI agent for you, and then boom, you can have this process implemented into your business, your life, at some future point when you decide to get this figured out. The other way is if you want to work in collaboration with the AI agent, what you can do here is because when you're working with an AI agent, it's a collaborative process. So the more tools and skills you give it, so such as the skill of being able to create a skill, the skill of being able to work and access a specific tool in your business. Like let's say you are using some tool like a Google Sheet CRM, let's just say Airtable. Let's just say that you have a process where you deal with all your leads inside of Airtable, you give it the skill connection, and then as you're walking through every single thing you outlined inside of your system, your protocol of like what marks a job as done, you were just going through everything. So, okay, do I have to give it access to my YouTube channel analytics? Do I have to give it access to some sort of Google Sheet or some sort of Google Doc that it can look through and source the templates that I have available? Does it have to source some sort of Gmail or Google Workspace where then it can send out emails on behalf of you? So as you're walking through everything inside of the checklist, what you're doing is you're asking the AI, hey, can you get this tool and skill created and do this exactly as I want it? So as you're nailing everything down, what you're doing is you're arming the agent to make it more powerful, to give it the tool integration, and then you're also building out the skill, which is a very specific way how to access, say, a database, so it knows exactly what to look for, or what folder to look into, or what table to look into, and then from there, what to do with this information. So if you're working in collaboration with an AI agent, ultimately it's more about you first creating the SOP and then you guiding the AI agent to give it the power, the tool, the skill to know what exactly to do in the same situation that one it's going to be in as you are, is going to know exactly what to do on that step. Once you walk through the simple process, all it's really about from here is just creating a simple cron job. So for the people who aren't so tech savvy and things of that nature, all cron jobs really are just scheduled tasks. Claude did a pretty good job. They just renamed it scheduled task versus cron jobs, which is kind of more techy and nerdy, which is totally fine, but that's what it is. But what cron jobs are ultimately is just scheduled tasks and jobs to be done around the clock. So whether it's every 15 minutes, every hour, every couple hours, every day, or specific days throughout the week, month, whatever, these cron jobs are triggered. So if you look for specific jobs or reports to be reported back to you on a weekly basis, then you can have a cron job scheduled on every Sunday to pull reports or sources from various different information and to be delivered from you at 8 o'clock. So you would pretty much walk through the AI of everything that you're doing. You would give it the necessary skills and the files created so you would give the AI agent the necessary skills and tools it needs in order to perform a task. And then in the same exact context or conversation thread, what you would do there is just prompt it, hey, let's turn this all into a autonomous AI agent. From there, I would like a cron job scheduled on a weekly basis to do all these functions and tasks in my business or my personal life. Once you give it the prompt, it's going to create a cron job. It's going to probably run it just to test it out. And then once it starts running, you can see whether or not the output matches your output expectations or if there need to be any fine tweaks. And then really, once you got the initial output out, it's really just about tweaking and seeing whether or not anything breaks, fixing the breaks, or enhancing it so it's more to your satisfaction. And the goal within this 30 days is to you do the initial 7-day audit, and then over the next 3 weeks, every single week, find one big frog that if you were to tackle and just swallow, right? Like the metaphor of the saying, you can buy back more time. And if you actually do this and you focus on the most highest leverage activities that you can remove from your day-to-day to week basis, what you can do is you can buy back so much of your time. So by the end of 30 days, what you can have is 3 massive things that you hate doing that can buy back a lot of your time. And if you hone in on what exactly is eating up a lot of your time, you can genuinely buy back over 10 hours per week back if you put an AI agent in place. That is the goal. 7 days, get the initial audit in, and then over the next 3 weeks, coming up to 30 days, every single week, the big goal is, can you put an AI agent in place of it? If so, you'll buy back a ton of time increase your life quality. You won't have to dread the Mondays, the new weeks that are coming out, and you can ultimately make more money because now you have a bunch of more time you can reinvest back into your own personal growth. Thanks for watching. This is the video. Hope to see you in another one.